Because I went into it thinking it was just going to be America and Spain. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
all the processes for everything are different here.
Different.
It's not as easy.
I'm thinking like, yeah, we just in a better looking place. Everything's going to be the same, and it's not.
AG3 Family. AG3 Family. Travel is a very fun treat with the AG3 Family. Taking off a 1, 2, 3 with the AG3 Family. It takes back living indeed with the AG3 Family. Sit tight and buckle your seats with the AG3 Family.
¿Qué pasa, AG3 fam?
Bienvenidos.
Welcome
to another episode of the AG3 Family. Happy New Year, Feliz Año Nuevo.
Feliz Navidad.
And Feliz Navidad, all those things. The AG3 Family is here. We are back. This is the year 2024, and we're going to start it off right. Last year ended very well.
Because it gets paid.
All right, but for today, we have a special treat. We have some guests here. They're gonna join us and we're gonna have a conversation. A family, a lovely family who has decided to make the big step, move abroad, and see what it's like to live overseas. So we have the privilege of hosting them today, and you guys don't wanna miss this, so stick around.
Family, so as we mentioned, we have the privilege of meeting another family who made the move to come abroad, and we'd like to introduce to you all the Harrises.
Yeah. All right, guys, so we have the beautiful Ashley Harris and Xavier Harris. And they actually came from Memphis, Tennessee, all the way here to Spain. So my first and most important question to you guys would be, what made you guys take that step? What made you guys want to come here and leave America?
So yeah, about 2 years ago actually is when like I first toyed with the idea of moving to Spain, but he was not having it at all.
Yeah, I wasn't having it because I had just got like my career going, got my house I wanted, so I was kind of comfort creature, however you want to put it. Kind of a little scared too, you know, going out my element that much. But anyway, the way we ended up doing it was, she always wanted to come since she was a child. I knew that. We had a honeymoon coming up, so I'm like, we probably could come over here for a week or two, you know? And I had a friend at work who actually, her dad moved his whole family abroad. He got a job abroad and moved abroad. And I told her about it, and I was like, man, she said they loved it, you know? And that led us to play with the idea a little more. Because we had a window where we were like, okay, the kids don't have to be in school yet. Technically, yeah. Like we got some money put up. We're in a position where we can kind of do this, and I decided, you know what, like, I talked to a lot of people and they're like, dude, people don't get that opportunity, go for it. So I'm like, all right, we pulled the trigger on it. So and you guys' channel was a catalyst for a lot of it too, because just being able to see, oh man, they look like me, you know, and they're making it, you know.
Because
so
he was super skeptical about that too, like about, you know, being black and coming to Spain.
So naturally.
Okay, so because that's actually how we met. You reached out to me via Instagram because they found our channel, and then we just met and clicked and started hanging out. But that was, so how long have y'all been here now? We're now in January 2024, and y'all moved here when?
We moved here in June. So what is that, like 7 months?
About 6 or 7 months.
Wow.
Okay.
Just that quickly, you've reached like a half of a year.
I know.
It's
so insane. Like we were talking about that the other day. I'm like, can you believe like we're literally almost through our first year of being here? It's so crazy.
That's awesome.
What is your least favorite thing about Spain, and what is your favorite thing about this area and living here?
Okay, so my least favorite thing probably the random dog poop on the floor.
Random dog poop.
But you
they gotta get that. They gotta be better with that.
the sewage smell that you'll walk in, like walk through a cloud of like stank sometimes.
Right.
True thoughts.
For me, I would say, so we doing least favorite first?
Yeah.
I'll say the sense of urgency at times, because I'm just too Americanized, I guess. But you'll get in these positions where you like, okay, come on, y'all. Like, you know, you might be done with your food. You be 3 hours done talking, and you just like, you trying to catch the waiter. You know, he see you, but you know, it's no sense of urgency, and it's kind of ingrained into their culture, so I understand. But I would say that's one of the things I don't like too much of. It's like, when I'm ready to go or when I'm ready to do something, basically everybody here has a we'll get to it attitude all the time, you know? So that's probably.
But they're not deal breakers though. Like, that's just if we had to say something.
Yeah.
I mean, every place you live, wherever you are, is going to have positive behavior.
Yeah, totally.
So I think it's good to shed light on those things. I mean, because that's just life. It is what it is. Those things also bug us.
That was a very important one. The one that us waiting and just the mentality of work here is different than our mentality of work. So what would you say y'all's favorite thing? The thing that when y'all got here that you felt like was different and you really enjoyed?
For me, instantly, this place it feels like it has a peace about it. Like it's at peace with itself. Like it's never too much going on. It's never too much friction. You know, like you go out and you feel very good. You don't feel in danger. So that's one of my favorite things about it. Is like being here and able to really relax, so to speak. You know, like really just kind of chill out. You know.
The kids are calling us. This is live. This is real life, guys. This is like
what?
And the food, of course, but you go ahead.
Okay,
so you enjoy the food?
Yeah, I enjoy the quality of the food, I should say.
Perfect,
so,
that was the perfect way to say it.
So yeah, definitely the quality of the food, the piece that you said, the safety aspect. It's the cost of living is cheaper too, for sure, than the States. Yeah, but I think honestly the main thing is the safety, and I really love how like old and like antique everything is. I just love that. It feels like there's like a lot more soul here than other places. Like we went to Germany and Austria, and it's like it doesn't feel the same. You know, like there's not as much soul. And I can really appreciate that about here.
I agree.
That's good. Yeah, I'd agree with you guys. The preservation of culture is definitely something that I think they take pride in, just because that's the way they are. Is that recording?
I'm a California raisin, honey. Okay, so you are originally from California. I think that your story is very interesting. Can you tell me a little bit specifics about your lineage and your connection to Spain?
Yeah, so my grandma's actually from Zaragoza, which is about a 4-hour train ride from here. And so I had grown up like always wanting to come here. She would always talk about like, oh, we're gonna go to Spain for the whole summer, for Easter and stuff like that. So yeah, Spain was always my place. Like if I were to travel, it was always gonna be here. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
So you feel that connection because you actually have roots here.
Yeah, I do. I do feel a connection, but at the same time, when I got here, I was like, okay, it's different. You know, 'cause I don't speak the language. They didn't teach me Spanish growing up, so I'm having to learn that now. Like I knew like the basics or whatever, but I'm having to learn that now. And coming here as like part Spanish and not knowing the language and also not being from here, you do still kind of feel like an outsider.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I love that. And are you trying to pursue residency through your lineage here, or?
Yeah. Well, so we have residency now, but I want to get citizenship. So after a year, we are able to get that because I have blood from here.
Amazing.
Yeah. We still haven't like figured out all the details on that, of, like what I need or whatever, but that's definitely something I want to do. Like even if I do go back to the States, I want to just be able to have that in case we want to come back here and it's easier. We don't have to do the whole visa process with us.
Right.
Oh man, that's. I mean, how cool is that to have those kind of options? You know, to say, you know, I think it's a beautiful thing that you guys have actually taken the step, and now what that does is that puts thoughts in your mind to be able to say, I have this option, we have this option for our family, And I think it's a beautiful thing.
Well, no, because I'm glad we covered that, because I've gotten some comments asking specifically about that. How can you get residency through? If you know you have a grandparent or a great grandparent from Spain, there's a way that you can get residency. So that's what I want to ask her.
I think it's up to a great grandparent. It has to be.
Right.
Or I know if you're born in like another country that Spain kind of took over. Yeah, so like, whatever the other South American countries and stuff are, I know they can get citizenship after a certain amount of time too in Spain.
Wow.
And the spouses get it too, or like I can.
Well,
get it through
you'll be able to get it through me after I get it. Yeah.
It's awesome. Keep the family together.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the Spanish way, and they're big on family, and I think that's a wonderful thing to offer citizenship for the entire family, not just the person who has the lineage connection. I think that's awesome.
So, do you guys see a future here in Spain for you guys and your family?
So me and her, we've already discussed it that we're coming back. Whether we go back to the States for a period or we just stay for, we just stay here. We had already said, like, if we go back to the States and they go to school and grow up, we're retiring here.
Got it.
So yeah, we can definitely see a future here.
Yeah. The question is like, when though? Because we're kind of conflicted on that. You know, like I would be totally fine staying here and never going back to the States except to like visit. But him, he's in the years where he wants to be working and like doing the job that he loves.
Okay.
And that's back in the States. So it's kind of like, like a give and take,
Yeah, like if the opportunities arise here, then it's a no-brainer. But right now I'm in between a rock and a hard place kind of, because I got stuff going on there already in the States.
Yeah, he has a job that he can go back to.
And here it's kind of like I'm playing with the idea, but I got to be a citizen first, learn the language a little bit more, so and I'm also still in my mind, like it feels like we're on vacation right now, right? So I'm like, man, I still got some providing to do. I still got some jobs to work, I got some career to pursue. So it's kind of selfish in a way, which is what gets me, but I think it's beneficial, right? Like,
and it has nothing to do with the place. Like, the place is great.
The place is awesome.
We love it here. And if we do go back to the States, we will go back here.
No, I totally get it. Like, you're given the perspective as a husband, as the provider of your family. So I'm sure, people can relate to that. Like, have a decision to have an option. You have 2 kids, and how old are they?
So Zoe is almost 2. She'll be 2 on the 25th. And then Angelo is 5. So he's in school here, and she just stays at home with us.
How do y'all feel like he's adjusted to the culture and to the children in school?
I think at first it was harder for him, and everyone always tells you like, oh, they're young, they'll pick it up so quick and it's so much easier for them, which it is easier I think for them than adults, but it still is hard for them too at the same time. It's not just all peaches and cream, all easy. So yeah, I think he's gotten used to it a lot more, but but
for him, I feel like so he went to a school prior to us coming here and he loved it. And they loved him. So he was kind of, I guess, coddled in a way to his environment of his school and the way they did things.
Yeah,
and
it was a nature-based school.
Nature-based
so
school.
Like outside.
They were outside.
Wow. Yeah.
And you go to a new country, new language, and this building set up where you're in this building. Like they do let them play. They let them play, but it's different.
They're stuck in that building.
Yeah, and culturally, we've noticed like they play different. They're different, like the Spanish kids. So I think it was rough on him at first. Like he used to say every day that he was ready to go back. So, but it's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, like the other day he said he was ready to go back to school here in Spain. So I was like, okay, that's good. But yeah, the kids do play different here. I've noticed. Like I have seen like there's a lot nicer kids than I've seen in the States, but then there's also a lot more rough and mean kids than I've seen in the States too, So a little bit of adjusting, but I think he's getting there.
Picking some stuff up. He's picking a little language up.
He's picking words and phrases up too, so that's good.
That's really good.
But I think it's beautiful that the kids are here and they get a chance to have their parents help them move along, help them adapt, help them, deal with those days that are harder than others.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So I love that.
I will say, I think being here, they are like, because it's a park on every corner, it's ice cream on every corner. So I do think they enjoy, you know, just being here.
Gotcha. I would say this is probably one of the most important questions, or like y'all can answer any way y'all want. But for people who basically y'all did the same thing, y'all saw another family, y'all saw that it was attainable to live overseas. What advice would you give to another young family like yourselves who are maybe considering moving not just to Spain but another country or somewhere abroad? What would y'all's advice be?
I guess if you have the opportunity, just go for it. Find people in your same situation that you want to be in and connect with them.
I would say, like, go into it with the mindset that it might not be as convenient as what you need. Everything might not be at your fingertips. You might have to work for it, but it almost opens up I don't know, it made me so much appreciative when we finally did get our phones. Finally did get Wi-Fi, you know, like, it meant more, you know what I mean? So just go into it like optimistic, like, because when we first got here, I was like a month in, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
Because I went into it thinking it was just going to be America and Spain. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
all the processes for everything are different here. It's not as easy.
I'm thinking like, we just in a better looking place. Everything's going to be the same, and it's not. So you got to go into it with that mindset that it's going to be okay, but it's different, you know, and it's okay. It's okay, you know. And
be open for the cultural differences too. You know, like if you're coming from America, like, don't just bring that over here. Like, be open to learning the language or learning the cultural things that they do.
That was perfect.
That was awesome information, and that was just very good. I'm glad you guys broke that down. Because I think a lot of those things are on people's minds. Those were like little challenges that you conquered.
Exactly.
You conquered. Because coming in, like you said, it's stressful. You know, it's uneasy. But when one thing works out, then another, and another, you can start to kind of just breathe a little bit and enjoy the culture that you're living in. So, thank you guys. I don't want to say a whole lot. I think what has been said here has been monumental, and it has been very beneficial to anyone who listens to this. All right, so if you guys are on the fence about moving abroad, any of you watching this video, please do not wait. Figure out what you need to do, what you want to see in your life. If you want to change, make that change. If you're with a family, talk to your family about it and kind of start getting the conversation going. And from there, you start to make a move. All right, it can be a visit. It doesn't have to be to the extent of what the Harrises did. They've been here for 6 months already, but maybe you just want to take a visit and see what it's like. Stay for a little while, then go back. You know?
A lot of people do that.
But if you need any help, anybody needs any advice, you guys want to reach out, we're all available. You have 4 people here who can answer any questions about what it's like being here, the realness of the life here in Spain, in southern Spain. So guys, you have 2 beautiful families here together living abroad in Spain. How crazy is that? So this is a true life picture for anyone who's thinking about what it will look like. This is what it looks like, and it gets even better than this. So we like to give a special thanks to the Harrises.
Thank you, Harrises.
Thank y'all for everything.
For coming out, having a conversation with us. As always, we thank you guys for watching, subscribing. Hit the like button for this video. Share this with your friends. So, until next time.
Hasta luego. Be blessed and hug someone.
Mommy, let me do this twice.
Say bye.
Hey, Aaron.
Are you gonna go to Zaragoza?
I've been.
Oh, you did?
I went, not too long ago. I went. It was just a day trip, but it was pretty cool.
Guys, so this is Ashley Harris and her husband Alexander Harris and
Xavier.
I was gonna let it run with it.
I thought about it, but I'm like,
it just happens. It happens just because that's the way they are.